You will never see the sea split until you start walking towards it. Welcome to Redeeming Echoes. My name is Anne, and I'm going to repeat that again because I need to hear it for myself, that I will never see the sea split until I start walking towards it. Walking, that's motion. So unless I start moving, the miracles of seeing and witnessing a God that makes everything possible, the impossible becomes possible in His presence. Unless I start moving, I will not be able to witness that miracle happen in my life. Unless I start believing what He says about who He is and about who I am in Him. For Christ is in me. I can do all things through Christ. Unless I believe that and I begin to move. Scared, yes, but there's motion. Tired, yes, but there's motion. Doubtful, sometimes, yes, but there's motion. I can say, even in this, I will trust you. Then I will not be in a place to witness the sea parts. Yes, because faith before the footsteps. Think about the children of Israel, if all they did was fast and pray and wait for the promised land to fall from the sky, boom, they will still be there. They will still be there. And there are times that we find ourselves doing that because that's our comfort zone. Egypt, we know how it is. Because that's the thing about comfort zone, as destructive as it is. Because we know how it works, we don't want to move. Anything else will look like, wow, like you've never seen that ocean. You're stepping into a place you've never been before. And it is daunting. But the truth is, obedience rarely comes with all the answers, I'd like to get a blueprint that is full detail. I don't know about you, but I would love that. So that I know I'm going to do this at this time, and in the next few weeks this is going to happen. If that happened, there will be no room for faith. Because I know it, faith. We believe in the things that are not seen. But we move. Looking back to the children of Israel, they wrestled. Yes. They complained. Oh yes. Did they take long to get to where they were supposed to be? Yes. But there was movement. However imperfect, it's what aligned them to their destiny. And we do that a lot, I used to read that, read the story about them and be like, you know what? You should have just obeyed. You would have come in there on time. And then you look back at your life and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not better than them. We're not. And sometimes we unconsciously say, actually, let me pause and go back to my comfort zone because that place, I knew how it was. I'm not in the wilderness. I'm not going to die in the wilderness of trusting and doing what I need to do, and it's not working, and going back to the drawing board and forgetting to see God in that. So we desire to go back to how it was. If it's a business or something you're starting, you're like, I'd rather go back to my 9-to-5 job because that one was guaranteed at the end of the month I'm gonna get a paycheck. Egypt. I'm not telling anybody, this is a disclaimer, do not leave your job, unless God tells you. That is on you, not me. But in the things that God has called you to do, what are you doing now in that project that have been sitting in your head as an idea? What have you done with it? that relationship, let's talk, that relationship that you know how toxic it is, and you're still there, and you know that you need to be in motion, you need to move, because you're choosing safety over that comfort, destructive zone. What are you going to do about that? And let practicality, we can start with gratitude. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling overwhelmed? You've got vision and you don't have a map. You have passion but you don't have peace. And those moments when you're like, where do I begin? It's all too much. I don't know about you, but for me, I've learned that if I start thanking God, now, God, thank you for, there's always something to be thankful for. And sometimes it's thank you that I'm breathing today. Thank you for this idea. Thank you that, it may look like, that song, it look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded by, an ocean of impossibility. But actually, I'm surrounded by you. Because there's nothing in your presence. And I'm going to trust that even as I move, that will be my obedience, movement, and thanking Him for where you are, thanking Him even now for realization that actually, I've been here for too long, I've been in chains for too long. It's time for me to start walking towards my freedom. And the practicality of that looks like, now you start planning on how, because before you didn't have the house, you start planning on the house and the when. But this space of gratitude, it's like Jesus holding the loaves of bread and the fish and thanking God for that. And there was multiplication. So gratitude is a weapon. Use it. Because you find that the things that are overwhelming you in the place of worship, they become quite insignificant. And there is multiplication of that. That drop of water in that place of worship, as you continue, it becomes a river, it becomes an ocean. And before you know it, you're like, I may not understand, but I'm gonna start moving. We're talking about motion. I'm gonna start moving. Because God is not obliged to perform miracles in the land of hesitation. So the question is, why are you hesitating to move on? And if you could be able to write that down and then take that before God so that you can know the things that you need to deal with. Because you are tired. You have to be tired of being tired, tired of being disappointed, tired of being down, tired of walking in limitation. Tired of Egypt, if we may call it that way. Because the truth is, some of us are not waiting on God. We're just afraid. We're afraid. We are afraid. And it's dealing with that fear. Yes, it's unknown. Yes, you've been in Egypt for generations of you. You've been born there. You know nothing else than being in that place of slavery where, you are not becoming the fullness of who you are, the unlimited capacity that God has called you into. Maybe you don't know that, and maybe even generations in your DNA before that, the norm that they know is limitation. But there is something inside of you, I don't know about you, but there's something inside of me that is like, there has to be more than this, And that is the truth. The truth. There's the other truth that you have believed that this is how we have always done things, and we don't question. And it's good to question. You question your questions and you question the truth that you believe in, so that you can know, does it align to your sonship? Does it align to who God has called you to be? Because if it's making you weak, if it's affirming a limitation, then that is not His truth. And you have to lay down what you think you are and step into who He says you are. And as He is, so are you. As He is, so are we. And moving from that place, moving from the place of, the Israelites they were going to the promised land. The promised land is in us, Christ in us. And when we realize that the fullness of Godhead is in us, fullness of Godhead resides in us, dwells in us. The Spirit that raised Christ from the dead is in us. That's the power that is in us. That's the power that resides in us. So anytime we feel defeated or we believe otherwise, let's come back in a place of gratitude and worship and remembering who we are. Let's come back and hear Him sing those words to us. Let's remind ourselves of who we are in Him. And when we remember, we move. When we remember, we act. In the place of remembering, in Him we move and live and have our being. In that place, we begin to create. In that place, we say enough is enough of, the limitation and where I have believed that I belong. Enough is enough of allowing fear to tell me, I just need to pray and not do much. And He will do it for me. Because the truth is, we will be there for years and years still waiting. Where for Him, God is waiting on you as you wait on Him. And it's like, come on, I've given you the skills. Move. I've given you the power. Move. You are a co-creator. Let us co-create. I want you to mature in your identity of who you are in me. So anyway, a call to action is to move anyway. So, what is your Red Sea right now? What is it? Is it going back to school? Is it gaining or acquiring new skills? Is it launching a business? Is it living a toxic environment? Is it inner healing because you've realized actually you're the toxic one? Is it that moment of realization and being like, actually, I'm going to take the next step. What do I need? What do I need to move on? Because in that moment, that I guarantee you, the moment you take that before God, before Yahweh, He will make it clear. He will make it clear. So do not wait for perfect movement. Do not wait for perfect moment to move. Trust God, who parts the sea in response to your faith and not fear. So yeah, bless you to go out there and be the best that you've been called to be. Do it trembling, but do it anyway. Just, even if this week you take one step, just do it. Much love.